Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. In this video, we'll be going through the trade targets for round, what are we now, 23 of the AFL fantasy season. And yeah, we're going to get into this. It's probably going to be a lot shorter than the usual trade target, even though we do have some major injuries to sort of trade around, etc. It's more so just because the rookies are getting, well, there's no need for a rookie almost at this point. The cash generation you're going to get out of 1 week is just not useful enough. So you're going to be hunting basically red dots, and red dots are just injury, season-ending injury guys that play late on a Sunday. Or even just Sunday or Saturday night, etc. in general, which is pretty easy to find. And so, yeah, we might as well just jump straight into this. So, as you can see, Roll Marshall, biggest traded in, and that is mostly because of the Brody Grundy news, because, 13, and just that's how you know my season has been pretty bad, when you just have constantly like the top 5 trade out guys. So yeah, that's why I'm probably struggling. Marshall, I understand this. He's got Essendon, which is going to be Goldstein, and then he also has GWS, which will be Briggs. The only caveat I'd say to that is that Alex Dodson has been named to debut. If we go down here, he'll probably be somewhere here. Where is Dodson? I'm surprised no one is trading in Dodson at just a surface level. What's he been traded in by? Dodson here, let's just look at it. He's been traded in by 119 people, and he is what, 230k ruck. He's probably going to destroy his average for the year in the last couple games, and that'll mean that it will become pointless next year, unless, because they'll have, I mean, he will kind of be shoved to the side anyway because they have TDK coming in, and even if Rowan Marshall leaves, Dodson's still going to struggle to score well, but that could take away the top end scoring from Marshall. He's probably still going to go 110, 120, but he's probably not going to be able to get that sort of 140, 150 range that we've seen him do in the past. He's gone, the last couple of weeks, he's gone 135, 142. And I have a feeling, even with the positive matchup, he's probably going to end somewhere around this sort of 105, 110 range, which we've seen him do a little bit in the past. Tim English, I think, is the one that I'm more interested in. Has the Eagles at the moment this round, and then has Freo. I might skirt around that alongside Max Gawn having an all right matchup, and Max Gawn just being generally better. Those two are the ones that I'm more intrigued about. And so, yeah, English having the Eagles matchup. I mean, last time out against the Eagles, didn't play them this year because you know why. But I'm pretty sure he's done really well against them in the past. If we go to opposition stats here and scroll all the way down, he actually averages 89 against them. Let's go to DFS and just check what he's done in the past against them. Player summaries, and then go over to the likes of Tim English here. 1 second here, Tim English. And that should grab it up here. And in the past against the likes of, where are we looking at? The likes of West Coast? Here he is against West Coast. If we go his last game against West Coast, he went 98, but the 2 previous times against them, he's gone 146 and 132, which are pretty mega numbers. And so, yeah, he's done it in the past. He somehow only went 98 against them early in 2024. On 24 hitouts and 2 goals. That's a surprise he went that low, to be honest with you. Where is this game that we're looking at? We're looking at this game here. He had 64% ruck time, 70% CBAs, and in total 82% TOG. Was he dual rucking in that game or something? Is that why he was so low? I don't exactly know why he was so low. Had Sam Darcy there, and he had 11 hitouts. And they were playing against Williams and Williams. So, yeah, that's an interesting one that he wasn't so high there. But in the other times against the Eagles, he has absolutely mauled them, like this 146 at Marvel Stadium in round 23 in 2023, where he went and had 51 hitouts, 21 touches, 9 marks, and a goal, which ended up being a 146. And that was alongside Rory Lobb as the ruck. And then for the likes of the Eagles, they had Bailey Williams have 41 hitouts as well. And they somehow lost the Eagles. But yeah, so Tim English is one that I'm intrigued about for that, because I just think that he's won in his last 3 against the Eagles. He's gone something like, 244 plus. He's gone probably about 120 something against the Eagles last 3. So I just think that that's really positive. Josh Dunkley, plays against the Freo Dockers, one that is probably just the Zach Merritt replacement for a lot of people, and I understand why, because yeah, he's probably going to put up decent numbers. I mean, he put up 5 marks, 7 tackles against the Swans alongside 31 touches. He's gone 31 touches back-to-back weeks. And yeah, once he really just decides to tackle anything, he really gets up there in touches. And it's at Optus Stadium against the Freo Dockers. What did he go earlier in the season against them? Or is he even bothered? They haven't even played them, because every team is playing a team that they haven't played yet, it seems. But yeah, he's done pretty well against them in the past, I would think. But let me just double check that for you guys. Josh Dunkley, 1 second. There we go. Josh Dunkley, if we look at this here against the Freo Dockers, if we just quickly look at it, he has gone in the past a 126 against them, round 1, 2024, and then also done 133, 115. So he's done pretty well in the last sort of 5 or so games against them, and put up big tackle numbers, 14, 8, 8, and 8, alongside decent mark numbers of 2, 7, 5, and 9. That is 23 marks in the last 4 games, almost averaging 6 marks a game, alongside the 38 tackles, which is about 9.5. So he doesn't even have to have too many touches. Like, he's had a 23 touch 133, and then also a 26 touch 126, and then a 28 touch 115. So he's put up big numbers before against Freo, and so I think he probably continues that. So he's probably the midfield pick. Jack Sinclair, he's playing the Bombers, which he will probably towel them up. I mean, hasn't he played them before this year, or are we just looking at, again, another matchup that they haven't played? I thought he had played them before, but obviously not. And I'm pretty sure his stats probably link him to playing pretty well against the Bombers. And yeah, he's probably just the defender pick if you're looking to move on from McCarthy or the likes of Mills. Max Gawn, probably not the exact ruck pick that you want. He went 113 against the Hawks last time out, but I think if you're looking for a ruck and not really wanting to chop and change for the last couple rounds, then the likes of Max Gawn is an option there, because I think he just probably has a baseline that's above Tim English by 10 or so points, and so having that bad matchup doesn't really impact him as much. You're still going to get some really quality scores out of him there, to be honest with you. Robertson, I think this is, 230k player that's just going to play, and you just honestly hoping that he gets a full game and then suddenly pumps out an all right score, but don't think that's going to happen. Bontempelli, most people are just hunting the matchup here alongside the likes of Matt Kennedy, because they scored well last week and they are going to probably score well again. They're probably going to put up like 130 games. Tristan Cherry has the likes of Richmond, and then has Adelaide. I just don't think you can really go there. He's actually averaging 98 on the year, so he's going to be such a buy next year if you actually look at it, because he's had some injury games and everything. So yeah, he's going to be a buy next year at 99 rather than the 115 that he started at or something. So yeah, but not a pick, I don't think, even though he's probably going to score pretty well against Richmond, because you're going to almost have to trade him out against the Adelaide Crows in round 24, because Adelaide are such a restrictive matchup. Matt Rowell has gone berserk in the last little bit, and now averaging 104 for the year, which is 14th, and he's basically racking up 30 touches or so, alongside 8+ tackles for the last however long. Even the game against the Bombers here, he had 15 touches for a 103. Just because he racked up so many tackles. He's had games where he's had 7 free kicks, 5 free kicks again, so that is annoying that he sometimes has those the games where that could have been a 150 if that was a 148, if that the free kicks were just neutralized, because he had those 5 free kicks against, which are just annoying. But yeah, he's a guy coming up against GWS. Them Gold Coast looking to solidify their final spot. He's a guy that probably scores well. I just wonder, with them having that extra game, they're going to have the 5-day rests and stuff like that, because they're going to be preparing for that extra game to finish out their year. Whether he actually scores well, is rested, or somewhat of that degree in these last couple games. Maybe he's managed on minutes, etc., if the game's pretty much dead and buried. Sheasel has the Richmond matchup and then the Adelaide matchup, and he's been back to his best, so that's another good one. And then you've got Jai Cully here, who's put up 78 and 73 in his 2 games and done pretty well. But yeah, just sucks that it's at the wrong time of the year for cash generation, because at 330 that would have been a really good start to the year. But obviously can't go there now. Jackson has Brisbane, and then you got Jordan Dawson against Collingwood. Jordan Dawson probably the one that I will go for, to be honest with you, because he does this like seems like he's just in such a rich vein of form, and has Collingwood and North Melbourne. He could honestly go 140 in both games just with the way he plays. I know we had a 85 against them, but yeah, I just have a feeling that Jordan Dawson could do really well in those 2 matchups, so he's probably one that I'm looking at as he becomes a potential VC or captaincy in the last game against North Melbourne. And then that pretty much is it for options. I don't think Jeremy Cameron will be as good an option against the Swans. He kicked 4 goals, 5 against the Bombers for a 104, which is decent, but it's not like outlandish. So I just don't know if he's going to be able to put on that big score against the Swans. They haven't played this year, but I'm pretty sure he doesn't. I don't think he has the best record against the Swans. I could be completely wrong about that, but let me just check his previous scores against the Swans. And let's just double check this. He's gone 93, 87, 95, 58, 46, 21 in the last a little bit against the Swans. So yeah, he's obviously going to need, he's had 46 while kicking 3. So will be interesting to see where he plays against this one. Oh, he's going to play deep forward, but which could actually limit him a little bit, but will be interesting to see how he plays. I'm just one that's probably not going to jump on that. However, in the final round against Richmond is probably where you can jump on him. He'll probably be 900k, and that can be an option there for us that don't have him. And then to the trade outs, I think the injury ones of Brodie Grundy and Zach Merritt are obvious. Petrarca looks absolutely checked out. He's probably going to request a trade, you would think, in the off season, just because, yeah, he just does not look at his best. McCarthy probably coming back down to earth a little bit. I mean, he's still averaging 84 for the year, but yeah, just doesn't have that ability to get the big absolute numbers. I mean, he's gone 29 touch, 26 touch, 21, 18, 21, 19, 29, etc. There's just pockets of games where he just doesn't get involved too much and has a 70 instead of that sort of consistent 105 that we see out of like the Lockie Whitfields and stuff like that. And then Mills, sort of similar, just forgot to play in the second half against Brisbane, scored a 26, and that's probably why he's on most people trade out. And then the likes of Brayshaw has put up a probably, you'd argue, a stinker last sort of 4 weeks, and that's the reason why he's getting upgraded. And then Liddy just has some cash that people can get to other guys in, so that's why he's being traded out. And that pretty much is the video there, going through the trade-ins and stuff like that. I don't think you can really go wrong. I mean, it's probably a matter of maybe 5-10 points, unless someone has a monster game, and that's sort of what you're looking for. If you're looking for the monster game, you're probably looking at a Josh Dunkley, a Jordan Dawson type player that can score across all lines, and then you're looking for that really positive ruck matchup, which is the Richmond or the West Coast matchup. I think are the 2 ruck matchups you really got to look at, as they're the positive ones at the moment. Obviously, North Melbourne is now a neutral matchup with Tristan Cherry back. So that is the video. If you did enjoy it, remember to like and subscribe, turn the notification bell on so you know when I upload, and I will see you guys back here for the next couple of videos, which will probably be AFLW videos as well. Bye, guys.